Good evening, Namaste. Hello and Namaste. I thought I will come in here. I'm not used to this old robe. Make sure that the old robe doesn't open up and stay cross-legged. So, not showing up. So, folks, here I am. Where else can I be? It's beautiful art, beautiful embroidered work on this headrest here in India, great city of Mumbai. And yeah, COVID and everything is extremely quiet. Coming through the airport, on the flight, and through arrivals, baggage hall, immigration, screening, scanning. There's an incredible sense of reality. It's descending upon us, yet one must remember the reality is what is certain, and what's so uncertain is how we conduct ourselves. Everything is plastic. The life has become wrapped in plastic, wrapped and packaged and cleansed and sanitized. And these are fantastic practices. What we should be doing is being alert and conscious and responsible. I think sitting in this room, there's a whole world out there which we do not understand, which we do not know. But what we must understand is that we must understand about life. Life as a responsible and a conscious and an alert and an awakened and a risen human being, and step along consciously, but never to lower our guard in terms of the current situation. People seems to relax as their compulsions start coming back, and people seems to put their guard down and realize that the virus has gone away. No, it's still present on the planet. It's present in a much spread out and a wider reach than how it was 5 years ago, 5 months. It's almost like 5 years, right? To what we have gone through so far and what we're going through and what is yet to come through in our lives. So having said that, I have so many amazing vibrations about life at the same time. So much that I become gentle in my travels, more gentle than how I was, more aware, more conscious, more recognizing. Even though I've never been recognized, I don't need to be recognized. As long as I recognize every life to be part of our everyday life, in transaction, everything that we see or don't we see must be respected and must be aware of. And this realization has brought me a more gentle and more gentler nature of my inner being, my being as a life on earth, and consciously aware my surroundings, consciously acknowledging and recognizing every life here in transaction with us. Even as I sit here in this room and I just had a shower, that fresh water that's running down my skin after a long journey across the entire Europe, Eastern Europe, Central Asia, Asia, and here I am in Mumbai after 10 hours or so journey. So a message is such, a reality of life is so powerful. Our psychological drama that we play out in our heads through collective information and collective memory is somewhat troubling us and somewhat causing us to be unsettled as a human being. So what I've learned through all of this is not to judge, not to dip into my relative memory, my limited understanding, my limitations of mind and my body. And I'm I'm constantly applying the realization that I must become a sensitive life that is fragile in nature and mortal in realization. And when these two have surfaced in front of us, I have become responsible, gentler, immensely conscious. I have always been. I've always talked about being a conscious life and conscious about everything. What we know for thousands of years has come to repeatedly make us realize what we are doing with our lives, what we are doing for our comforts, for our well-being, is constantly trying to fix our exterior situations. Just think about that. We're constantly trying to fix our exterior arrangements. We're trying to block, we're trying to find ways to escape our reality of nature, how it is living as a whole. And the more we trying to protect ourselves from causing harm, damage to our environment, to our life around us, to our mental structure, to our own life itself, and life that's around us, the more we cause this, I'm sure the life is structured and life is woven into a tapestry in a powerful way that everything we try to escape is somewhat, we are enveloped in it. We are somewhat in somewhat dependent on our existence, our transactions with life, with our existence. So my real sense of realizing this and sitting down here in a lotus or cross-leg is to make aware, at least my alertness has risen, my consciousness has risen to a level of state that it's reverberating for me to be more and more and more conscious of how I'm living on this planet and what I can do in this limited time that we all have. The time is on, even as I speak. But how do I maintain and manage my energies, my emotional energies, my mental energy, my physical energy, my psychological energy? How do I bring this all to a center where I can channel all these energies into becoming a pleasant energy? My emotions to be pleasant, my life energies to be pleasant, my thought energies to be pleasant, my inner well-being and an inner awakening to be pleasant, and my surroundings will naturally be pleasant, of course. It's in our own hands, it's entirely in our hands to make it pleasant for me and in turn pleasant all around me. Isn't that what we're all seeking? Isn't that what we're all looking for? Isn't that what we are all working towards? Isn't that what we are constantly trying to do? So many transactions, so many things to arrive at this pleasantness of experience. And yet, how many hurdles we are falling down on? Is it because we haven't engaged our life in the life process and turn ourselves into comforts and convenience and all the other attachments and engagements that we have encouraged ourselves? And isn't that what we are bonded by? Isn't that a bondage? Isn't that an attachment that entangles us? And in that entanglement, doesn't that become a real trap or enslavement, so to speak? In the enslavement, don't we become imprisoned? Our self-preservations, that we have got our families, we have got all these commitments that we have attached ourselves to. Isn't that how we get entrapped and encapsulated, and we suffer and struggle and turmoil and unpleasantness, misery, anxiety, anger, frustration, stress, you name it. And we then turn ourselves to try and come away from all of that. We turn into alcohol, drugs, supplements, medication, all sorts of other. Doesn't that bring you further into the unknown of your inner self, of your inner well-being and your pleasantness. When the energies are pleasant, the environment and the mind, the transactions of your life becomes pleasant. This is what I've learned. Drinking water, breathing a freshness of air in these days, having to wear the mask most of the time, but in the space of my room here in the hotel, I can breathe somewhat freshness, can sense the feeling of upliftment, right? And it is all in our hands to make it well for us all. Whatever we do, it should work for all of us. It can't just work for me and expect the world to work for you. No, it doesn't happen that way. Whatever works in the world, that we have to fit ourselves into the reality of our existence and how the Mother Earth is nesting and nurturing and nourishing and allowing us to experience a phenomenal experience through our senses. Yet we simply do not know how to experience our inner self because we have been distracted in so many different ways. I'm sure time is coming that we can also experience this inner well-being with the utmost pleasantness and utmost joy. And that's the beauty of life, that we all individual experience is a phenomenon, that a human being is the only creature on the planet has this dimensionless experience of life in many facets of life, in many ways. And this possibility is in our own hands, entirely in our hands. And if we can work towards a making that a reality for you, and in turn making this experience an infinite reality for all the lives and every life that is here, wouldn't it be a beautiful world that we always envisage, always look for? The time is not on our side, but the life energies and the life that we have, the limited time of life and the limited uncertain time that we have on this planet individually, every creature can make into a pleasant and a joyful and an exuberant and an energetic life experience, and an infinite and limitless existence that we all share and live. I wish I didn't drag on for too long, and I hope the message is so clear, and I felt all this are coming to me from my sincere and honest and purest of life that I am living and experiencing. And I want to share this moment before I go to bed tonight. There's so many things may go through your mind. Yes, what we're going to capture should be genuine and pure in nature. And the only way that you and I can simply live here in this incredible experience, that I'm not here to use you, I'm not here to in any way extract anything from you. And this must go away from our heads for us all to experience a dimensionless, limitless possibility and limitless experience on this planet. Dhanyavad. Namaste. Thank you. I must not use my force to get up. At least I should have the experience of being able to get up. Am I too late? At least this amount of energy should be within you and in you, regardless of your age. Okay, I was conscious about flashing.